Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Both defenses will have to be on the watch for a pair of tight ends looking to find seams in the secondary. It's the Lions going up against the Bills. With that, let's get you up to a snowy Orchard Park. Enjoy the flag getting out of there tonight. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Guyton on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Matthew Stafford trots on the field with the rest of his Lions mates, and he's got him at 3-1 right now, a foot away really from being 4-0, but he did take a little bit of a beating against Minnesota in Week 4. He was sacked 6 times.
A foot away and a 10-second runoff away,
yeah.
Right? It was that close against Atlanta from Golden Tate actually getting in the end zone, them getting one more opportunity. But here's what I liked about what Matthew Stafford did against Minnesota. As you noted, 6 sacks. It was a tough day. They ran the...
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Eric Ebron's got skills to spare. They just want the production to equal those, and he needs some good help in order to get that done. Had 61 catches in 2016, battling an ankle.
Yeah, the surprise, though, just one of those 61 hit pay dirt. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got like...
Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. you're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. For McCoy, in the last 7 years, 5 of them over 1,000 yards.
Underrated in how strong he is through the hole, but the best part of his game, open field, where he makes a whole lot of people miss.
In 2016, he was 7th in the league in rushing yardage. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Zay Jones, a 2nd-round pick from East Carolina. Some thought could have been a 1st-round pick from East Carolina.
High-volume guy at East Carolina. I mean, the big-time catch, 158 of them in 2016. And he's an NFL legacy. His father, a longtime linebacker in the league.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. 0-0 our score, and we're back to upstate New York after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they've got it here with a first down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Taylor will throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jordan Matthews from 8 yards out. And the Bills are in for 6. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Lions now. They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
Now, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, tried to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Kyle Williams breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
A big hit. Knocked down sideways. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a third and still about 12 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, Got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. To throw on second down is Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Being chased out left. Over the middle, it's Holmes. Oh, he slipped right by him. 23 yards on the play.
And there's Tyrod Taylor doing what he does best. Look, he's taken a few lumps along the way, and some people haven't believed in him, but this is where he excels, outside of the pocket making plays.
As prolific with his legs as any quarterback in the league?
I would say yes to that.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And he cuts it back. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 70 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Ball start. Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Here's Stafford now on second down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Bills are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Lions just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's do it. Here's a look at the first half highlights. Now to early in the second. Taylor is going to find his mark, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score as they get out to a 7-0 lead. 2nd and 2 coming up. Stafford's under pressure and will throw the pick. Hyde's in position, and he is the one who comes away with the ball. Offense out now following the interception. It's McCoy who gets into open space, and this long run goes for a touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. 1st and 10. Hughes has got the sack here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. So that'll do it for us. We'll go back now to Orchard Park for the second half.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. There's the stiff arm. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Steps away to his left. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll run it with McCoy. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
And this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And it's a Bills touchdown. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on the second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Back now in Buffalo. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot.
Touchdown, Detroit! Golden Tate, 50 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in big...
And oh, it's blocked. And the defense picks it up. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. the Bills are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
McCoy, and he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Again, it's McCoy. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A dump off for Abdullah. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. He completes it to Abdullah. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means
looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from LSU, Tre'Davious White.
This defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, The head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. On the return, now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Tate's got it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So now first and 15. Again, it's Stafford. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll go down at the 28. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. To the air again, Stafford. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again is Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.